Welcome to Curiosity Unleashed, Time Sweeps with Richard Morden. Lovely to see you today, Richard. We've actually gone, I don't know, I've really enjoyed where we've gone already. Very much in not a circle, but a spiral, I think. Um, and let me try and put it all into words so we can kind of summarize. But I think it starts with this new season within the Wisdom Seeker Society. It's about mastery. I used to call it the art of mastery, but I've really been drawn this time around to go a little bit deeper and to go into the quiet roots of mastery because I'd love to change our relationship. We've been talking about changing our relationship um, to provocation. You talk about that quite a bit, to transformation, to ourselves really as well. But to change this or to observe this relationship we have with the term or the concept of mastery, not as something that we are striving to attain, that we need to measure, that we need to compare, how good am I? Um, compared to someone else, but rather to reconnect with that which is already us, um, and to see it as a practice of dedication, the dedication towards the practice of whatever it is. I think you can explain a little bit more. We were talking about your journey with learning Spanish, for example. All of these things isn't about whether you're going to get to stand on a big stage and do a speech in Spanish necessarily, but it is that showing up each day and wanting to learn more, wanting to better your Spanish, for example.
Just when you think of those, you said the word mastery. For some reason, I think we've been given a lot of imagery.
Mm.
And when we think of mastery, we've been so conditioned to think of some Buddha temple and a man sitting there cross-legged with these nice flowing robes and these pillars beside him. And I think that's been such a massive impression. And it's so not capable, not true,
Yeah.
as you said, because it's like it's some sort of mystery, mastery attainment, but really it's a journey.
Mm.
Mastery of yourself in a sense of your maybe your discipline, the micro habits you have. And I discard discipline because I think I want to talk about developing routines, little micro routines that give you consistency. I study Spanish every day, whether it's been 10 minutes or 20 minutes or half an hour sometimes. So and I get to practice it here, but it's still always will be a work in progress. So my fluency is slowly increasing now that I'm back in a more of a Spanish community. But it's the mastery of it's a mastery of myself, of my own feeling of feeling good about that. Going to the market to buy some vegetables and a few things and having the minimal conversation at this point, but feeling good because the vendor understood and they appreciate my effort
Yeah.
speak their
Yeah.
language. They appreciate and I go in with great respect. It's their country. I'm a guest. I'm learning the language to have conversation with them
Mm.
because there's such grace in the connection. When you go to a certain vendors over and over and you get your favorites, there is smiles of appreciation.
Yeah.
They appreciate you coming to them and purchasing their product, and they're very good at looking out for you. Sometimes I picked up things and they'll look at it and I'll take it out of my hand and they'll give me something better.
Yeah,
That's
because there's a connection point with
yeah,
you as a human, because you making an effort to connect with them as a human
yes.
instead of choosing. And once again, there's the choice. You can choose to live in an English community within Mexico and not learn Spanish.
hmm
Yeah. Um,
And, and I am determined to learn it to the best of my ability because I enjoy learning.
mm,
I think Spanish, listening to it it's an incredible language. It's so rich
yeah.
dialogue and so rich in emotion that it makes you more vibrant speaking it
Yeah. Yeah. Gorgeous.
and laughter. So it's
Mm.
so it's not the mastery of my it's of myself is my own determination
Mm.
and truly intent that I will continue to learn until I'm, no longer here.
Yeah.
So it's an enjoyable process because when you see the smiles of your maybe you picked up a new word or something or new and they help you correct it, there's an engagement. They're very good at helping you correct language or say it to and they're always appreciative of your intent to
Yeah.
to converse, pay, um, and be, and just be willing to participate with them in their culture.
Yeah. 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 It's also interesting that you just mentioned mystery. Then there's such a small difference between mastery and mystery. Um,
I
you
think
know,
on purpose.
I suspected this. Um, yeah. So, I mean, it isn't set in the guy with the big robes and the pillars around him as that's the master. You are the master of your journey.
Yes.
You mentioned earlier kind of the difference between our journey and the journey. And I think that also brings kind of a foundation to this conversation around mastery because if I don't compare myself to others, then I'm on the right track, then I'm
Mhm.
doing as well as I can when I show up every day, and follow my heart really.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that element of intention as well in there. So dedication and not necessarily, or determination, not necessarily the best word there, but kind of that combination of intentional showing up. Yeah, wanting to move forward, to connect more, to be to feel accomplished. We kind of went down this conversational space also of measurement, and that measurement of our accomplishments is what keeps us disconnected
Yeah.
often. But to embody what makes us feel alive, whether it's cleaning the chicken coop or washing the car or whatever it is that we can say, okay, there I can see what I've done. I have contributed to my environment instead of, yeah, being
Well,
disconnected.
and everything we look at everything as an experience. The
Mm,
simplicity of and like it's not so much the mastery as we every day we get to experience something. We go for a walk, we see things, we go to the market, we see fresh food. It's an experience.
yeah,
When you go by all the areas where they're cooking and people are eating, it's an experience because it's rich with smells
yeah,
of
yeah,
many types and things are very spicy here. And
yeah,
so it's an experience. So when you sit down with people too and you just have an experience of eating the simplicity of eating food with your hands at most point. But
yeah,
it's not mastery. It's in the sense of just I'm here, I'm present, I'm enjoying what this is. They appreciate you coming to their stall, booth, table to eat.
yeah.
And I think it's the little things there is the sense of appreciation
Hmm.
of just that opportunity to engage. And at the end of the day, you said you felt good because they smiled, you were fed, and it's like going to somebody else's home, and
Yeah,
they, a family home. They enjoy that you enjoy their food.
yeah, yeah,
So the experiences because when at the end of the day, when you really think of all the so-called achievements, titles, awards, all you ever have when you leave this body is experiences. That's all you have.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So why not have more experiences?
Yeah. And, we experience things so much deeper when we are present in the
Yes.
experience. And there doesn't need to be a language. We don't need to speak, but we can, there's a stillness within presence where there aren't
Hmm.
distractions, where there aren't, but it's just whatever it is, experiencing the food, listening to the people speaking, whatever it is, but to
Hmm.
be present. We've been so
Yeah.
distracted in society, in the world. It's always busy, always have to run, always have to do stuff. To just be present
Yeah.
is a great way to experience.
And okay, so there's something too, because the world is at large a distraction.
Mm,
But when you look at, and everything here is designed to not let you be present. But in truth, our presence is our, I want to put the word, our mastery,
yeah,
even for brief
yeah.
moments sometimes. And as and it's anybody who has pets, and somehow when a cat, dog climbs in your lap, there's presence because suddenly you're down and just a sense of stroking. And it's like for most 99% of people, it's just like I'm home, I feel
Mm,
safe.
mm.
I'm with something that I love dearly, and the cat asks nothing of you than just you be you.
Yeah, yeah. We
It
even have a
doesn't.
cat from the village coming in every night now. He comes and sits on our laps, and he's so huge. And yeah, it's an honor to be chosen. And he's
Yes.
not doing anything necessarily. He just wants presence. He just
Yeah.
wants, yeah, to
Yeah.
be
And
seen.
that's a beautiful sense because animals a lot of times do choose you.
Mm,
For
yeah,
many of us who've had animals, and when you have that sense that they come to you, not because they're a narcissist and they want a free meal. You know,
luckily cats can hunt, so so
they're quite capable, but it's
yeah.
sense of being chosen
Mm,
is a gift sometimes.
yeah,
Um, so when we, but why don't we just choose ourselves?
yeah,
Sometimes we don't have a cat, but I choose me
yeah,
to have my experience, to have my coffee in the morning and do some reading.
yeah,
So it's not the mastery, given this term mastery, it has to be some sort of achievement, but really we're just here to have this experience as life. And again, back to when you leave this body, all you have is your experiences, your wealth, your gold, your whatever we so-called in this reality doesn't matter for anything. It doesn't come with you.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you have no pockets. There was a meditation I did once, and it was such a cool thing that he said. He's like, you have no pockets.
Yeah.
You can't take anything with you.
Well,
Yeah.
the one guy said you can't take your wealth with you, and the guy says, "Well, then I'm not going." But
On
it's
this
so
one, you don't have that much of a choice. You gotta go at some point.
these bodies have a time
Yeah.
sequence. But again, so we look at our experiences and how we feel about our experiences
Mm,
of ourselves, and when we really look and we look at ourselves, some reflection and hopefully some satisfaction and gratefulness, whatever it is.
yeah.
Whether maybe because we didn't have much, but we were kind with people,
Mm,
and people appreciate that sense of just kindness. And it's not about being weak. It's sometimes the simplicity of that adds so much
mm,
to who we
yeah.
are. And maybe we were kind to some of these, our pets, kind to our children, kind to our partners and family, just with respectful. And we know we made it, we felt good about that kindness because it was received and
Yeah.
acknowledged, and there's gratitude in there.
Yeah.
So is that mastery? I think so.
I think so too. I think, yeah, yeah. It
Mhm.
is about becoming more us, and
Yeah.
we are already you know masters of our journey
Hmm.
as we
Yeah.
chose it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, let's move into a time sweep. I'm going to switch off here and I'll put the
Okay.
link down at the bottom, and yeah, let's do that. Thank
Okay.
you.